Trigger warning, religious discussion ahead.
Where you from? What we doing here? Where you from? It's Matres.
Hello, my name is Zed, and today I want to talk about the secret that I believe Genesis is hiding. The secret, which is that females are the superior form. Women are the superior sex. They are the very center, the source of the natural world. Without mothers, we would not exist. Without the mother's creative ability, this universe would not exist. Everything that exists is a continuation of that gift, that creative power that resides inside mothers. And I know it's a bit conspiratorial, but I believe that humanity was figuring that out thousands of years ago. That the hierarchy within nature goes the female, the mother, the children, the male. It's not to say that the male is the least important part of everything and we should just forget about them. No. But males are the supporting sex, as it were. Our job is to walk around containing a small bit of genetic information that we received from our mothers. And my job is to take that and give it to another woman who is wanting to become a mother, to allow her to take a little bit from what my mother had to offer to create a new generation, to combine her creative ability and her genetics with the genetics that I have from my mom, to put them together to create a fertilized egg, a zygote, a future child, something that science is not really able to duplicate yet. Because it is such an amazing gift, and we've had thousands of years and a story telling us that men are the top. Men had the opportunity to take over what was, the baby-making operations. And if they could have, they would have created artificial wombs. But they couldn't. They may be able to in the future, sure. But as it stands right now, there is so much amazing things happening within a woman's body when she becomes pregnant that humanity has yet to be able to duplicate. Because that gift, that ability, it is the power of creation. Again, it is the source. Everything that exists. You see a beautiful flower, you like going on hikes, you like driving around in beautiful cars, you like doing anything. All of those are here because of mothers. Sure, when it comes to automobiles or homes or things that we have fabricated as humans, yes, we have taken what a mother has provided, crafted it or honed it or milled it down to something very specific, and then use it as tools. And so, I guess what I'm trying to say is that it is hiding the goddesses that are among us, those who are with us at all times, our source of morals, our source of life, our source of understanding. This is all describing one individual. And as much as I wish that making a child was something that we were able to share, where there was a true natural equality, where if my wife got too tired, she'd be able to bloop, and send the pregnancy over to me for a little bit. That would be amazing. But it can't happen. I do not have the ability to make a child. The genetic instructions that I have within my testes, that is my contribution to the next generation. That and all the love and information and education that I could possibly provide. The protection that I, as the stronger individual, should be willing to provide. But because we had Genesis as our origin story, our the universe's origin story, basically the origin story of everything. Said origin story too many times. Origin story. That's what we've come to believe, is that, yeah, it was a man. A man is responsible for everything, a male god. And after he was done creating it, he gave it to men and said, this is yours. And that is bullshit. No. Mothers have been creating since the beginning of time. And this existence is the gift that they have left for all of us, equally. And at some point in our history, somebody realized that and said, I won't be having that. So instead, I'm going to make this new story where everything was made by a man who gave it to men. Women, those will be down here in the subservient, the submissive role. Do as you're told. You don't get to have any direct influence on this existence, which you are responsible for creating. Men created a story and stole away all of our potential, our enjoyment, our learning, our progress, our development, our growth. And for what? The promise that cannot be proven or disproven that after this amazing gift, there will be another world, a world where you will want for nothing, even though that could be here. But they say, no, give us everything that is worth anything here. We'll turn you into a resource. Everything else that mothers have created will become a resource to fund me, my goals, my wants, my desires, my world, my country, my city, my whatever. And it has been going on for generations. And because we have this story just pounded into our head, that's what we believe. It's been so long as a tradition that now we hold it near and dear to our own heart. We identify with it without any necessary, outside influence. I mean, we did when we were kids. But now that we're adults, we don't need somebody to tell us that this is what we have to believe. We're just going to continue with the tradition. And it is killing us. It is the source of wars, racism, sexism, anti-LGBTQIA plus hate. Anytime that there is some man telling you that you are not good enough, that you need to work harder, you, that is a result of this manipulation. That this world was given to few of us, and the rest of us are subservient to them. They are the representative of the King of Kings, and our job is to serve them in hopes that they will serve him. Well, I'm fairly positive that there is no him with a capital H. That him with the capital H was a manipulation created by men who wanted to flip the natural order on its head to put themselves at the top, so that they can take credit for all of the female mother creation and claim everything that they have created as their own. Then they turn around and they charge you to use what you have created. Whew. And that is ridiculous. So am I saying that we need to go grab our pitchforks and torches and go after these people? No. If anything, that is a game that they've designed, that they know how to win. So instead, we just need to come together, realize that that story is complete bullshit, and stop allowing it to directly affect us. Stop allowing powerful, manipulative assholes to take from us over and over and over again, so that you and I, we are just visitors to this realm. This is not ours. This belongs to someone else. You and I must pay our way just to exist. And who do we pay? The powerful men who used a story to manipulate our understanding, our societies, our personal identities. And all it took was creating a man who existed before all others. I mean, it took more than that, don't get me wrong. There was lots of beating and hammering that into our heads. None of us ever chose to accept this as our religion. It started off with someone jamming it down our ancestors' throats. Whether we're coming across in ships, whether we were residents of the United States before it ever became colonies or the United States, doesn't matter. Even if you are a white settler who believes that you are the source of this goodness, no. At one point, there was a king who held that story over your head and said, "This gives me my power. This gives me dominion over everything here. You will believe it." And we have. Slowly but surely, they had to stop beating us into believing, stop pulling us out to torture us in the middle of the town square, and eventually we just kept passing it down from our children because it's what we knew. Until we get to today, where feminism has understood for a very long time that even though this story was written in stone, metaphorically, that it was wrong, that there was room for improvement. I'm fortunate enough to be alive in the day and age when I got to see the strength of women. I wasn't born into a world where they were always in that subservient position. Yes, there's always a narrative to try and bring them back there. But I got to see the strength, the willingness, the determination of women. And so anybody that tries to tell me that women are the inferior sex, you're barking up the wrong tree. Based on just the natural aspects, females are the superior form. They can do anything a male can do, and more, because a male does not have the ability to create life in themselves. Every male, like me, gets to walk around with a little bit of genetic information, the genetic information that he got from his mom. So we can share that. We can add that to the future generation. But we don't get to add it by force. We don't get to tell a woman that she needs to take it. We don't get to collect a woman as our wife as a 14-year-old and we're 40-something years old and say, "Yep, that's mine now." No. That right there is a little goddess who will eventually grow to be a fully blossomed goddess with the power inside of her to continue this existence, to add one more person who didn't exist before. Because how do you get something from nothing? A mother. That's how. That is what is responsible for everything. But Genesis tries to hide that away from us. Tries to tell us that, no. The natural world, you should see it completely differently. Men are in charge. Only the male form, because God was a man and he was passing that down bro style. Yo, bro, pass to you. You get this now. No. Nope. And all the while, religion is trying to keep women pure, trying to keep their daughters pure. And not in the sense that I want to keep you pure so that you can be safe in this world. No. I need you to stay pure so that when I get ready to sell you off to whoever you're going to get married to, or whenever you have to sell yourself off in this modern age, that you have something to offer a man. God forbid having another person who is willing to spend time with them, willing to see them naked and even do a sweaty horizontal dance with them, that would be good enough. You know, the same thing that men have been doing for women. But no, we're not allowed to see that, because men are up here and women are down here. So they have to try and improve themselves to get even close to us. No. That's wrong. In fact, it's more like this. So if we as men want to be accepted by women, yeah, we're going to have to try harder. That means you don't get to be the asshole, the red pill having fucking, women just need to do what I tell them to do. No, you dumb shit. Obviously, they're not responding to you because you have no respect for women. So how can they ever hope to have respect for you? Well, I can't listen to you. You're just a soy boy. Sure, call me whatever it is you want. Give yourself whatever excuse you need to make it so that you don't listen to the message that I am giving you right now. But eventually, you will come to the realization that the God of Genesis isn't responsible for creating a fucking thing in this universe. And that the women that you are trying to hold down, the women that you claim you are superior to, are responsible for everything you once gave credit to this God who deserves so much respect and honor, and we have to give in. But once we find out it's women, I bet you that whole dynamic's going to change. Well, I don't give a shit. We don't owe them anything. Funny. Funny how that works. But we deserve better. Women have deserved better for generations. Fortunately, there were many women who decided not to sit on their butt and decided to get up and do something about it. And we should be appreciative to every single woman who has had to sacrifice something in her life to get the rest of us to move a little bit forward, to progress, to develop into better people, better versions of ourselves. But no, feminism is apparently a bad word. So if I were to say that I am a feminist, that would be controversial, which again is just dumb. Yeah, I'm a feminist, and women too deserve equality, but not because we decide that they deserve it, because they've deserved it from the beginning. So, hopefully we can make this world better, but it's not something that just one guy gets to say, well, we have to do it now. It has to be something where we decide that we want it to be better. That we don't owe these manipulative men a damn thing. That they will demand it of us. Because that is the world that they want us to live in. Where we are in their world. We must play by their rules. But I just hope that I can show you that no, we are in a woman's world, a mother's world. And we need to be appreciative of that amazing gift. Because we only have this much time here, from the beginning of our story to the end of our story. And these manipulative men have made it so that through that entire story, we are paying them off. Giving them something for everything we want to do. And it's ridiculous. And it is costing us our world, our peace, our lives, our children's lives, our future. And it is not worth it. There's far too much to enjoy in this life to allow these men to steal it away from us. And all for the promise. A promise of something, the better things to come. But if we decide to now, we can make this place better. We can make this place more like the heaven that we would sacrifice so much in this life to get to when we die. We can make this place closer to that utopia. I don't imagine that it's actually ever going to come to fruition, because the whole concept behind heaven was that there was essentially a replicator or whatever they have in Star Trek that, they just ask for it and it appears. Yeah, we don't have that technology yet, but we're pretty gosh darn close. Problem is that any technology or any advancement that we have, there has to be some manipulative man who is there to charge us for it, as opposed to it being us experiencing this gift together and trying to find some kind of solution so that we all get to move forward into the future. No, because they tell us it costs too much money. It's too hard. We're already invested in so many other things. Just no, 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 no. Okay, well, you men that have been in control for so long and have ensured that we have stayed stagnant for the most part, Fuck off. Those men need to be replaced by women. We need to have some form of true representation, true representatives. So if our population, wherever you happen to reside, is 50+% females, then yes, you should have 50+% representatives in your government. The male count is usually 48 or below, because there generally tends to be more women than there are men. So the fact that we are here in the United States, we're still at a point where it's a majority men with just, women speckled through in the representatives or as representatives. Unacceptable. The fact that we still have people in the state of Texas who are willing to pass some kind of law to regulate how women can have or cannot have abortions. No, that's unacceptable. And again, the excuse comes from Genesis. This hierarchy that women's ability to create is their fucking role. That's what they're supposed to do. That's how they're trying to make up for their original sin of making that mistake of eating from the tree of wisdom and life and death. But I also recognize that religion is that thing that we all hold near and dear. So I don't think that this is going to be the conversation that convinces you to just give up religion. No, I recognize that it's not going to be that easy. But it is putting it in your head. Now as you go through the world, look around you and ask yourself which one makes more sense. That this is a gift from the motherly or from the creation that mothers share, or is this a gift from a man? And you'll realize that you end up siding on one way more than you do the other. Because it just makes sense. But I recognize having some creepy dude come on the internet and try and tell you what is what, it's not going to work well. So I'm not here to do that. But I am here to share my opinion, my perspective, what I have learned in this life, in hopes that it will help all of us to see a better tomorrow, a better future, so we can become better versions of ourselves, the best versions of ourselves. Not being held back anymore. That'd be great. So, what did Genesis hide? The amazing beauty of the female form. The potential, the creative power. And they claimed just a woman, just a punishment, just the subservient one. Hopefully not for much longer, but we will see. So, I get that this is a weird one. It's kind of like a rant, but it is a very important conversation for us to have. This is the message that I would like to share with the future, so that we don't continually make the same mistakes. The mistakes of allowing these manipulators to be in a position of authority, to claim that they have the rights to whatever. No, they don't have any fucking rights. This world was created by mothers for us all to share, not for one person to possess and then charge everybody else for the rights to use the thing that someone else has created. But I guess that would be the general tagline for Genesis. Taking credit for all that women have done. Genesis. Thank you for your time. My name is Zed. This is Matres.